What's going on, guys? Donovan here with the Donovan Show, and today, in honor of Mother's Day coming up this next week, I am gonna do tell you some life pages um, in honor of Mother's Day. This life page is entitled "How I Met My Mom," how I met my mother. And it can be kind of striking as how you met your mom. Well, it came out and boom, there she was. No, not that mom. Today I want to share a life page. Kind of not too long, I hope, but I want to share a life page about my second mother. I'm trying to keep it together here with my notes. But I told you guys about my brother Mike from the Brotherhood. When we met, opposites definitely, but very similar interests. We both were writers, are writers. Both have very imagination when it comes to stories and plots and following movies and things like that. He's definitely the reason how I got over scary movies. And so meeting Mike, in high school, we boys, we clicked. So I had the opportunity hang out with him, and he said, "Let me introduce you to my mom." And so I meet his mom. And first impression, guys. So I meet her, and it's this short woman, shorter than me and her son, definitely, and she's got a skin condition that's kind of basically face and body, and she had cancer, and she's smoking a joint. So when first impression when I meet her, I'm like, I've never met a person like this before. Meeting her son and getting to know him, like, definitely, just some things, as a parent, she allowed her son to partake in, and it actually helped me anyway, meeting her and just, seeing that she was different, actually meeting different people, because I felt like outside of my house, for the first time, this was different from the people I knew or people I met. And like I said, I felt like I was sheltered, but meeting her and just, I remember her sharing this with me that, I am who I am. This is what I do. This is how I live. And I say that because, and I'll get back to it later, but I'll say that because she's a woman of conviction, of just of a bluntness, a boldness. She definitely, she would say things that I'd be like, whoa, because I never had heard of that type of bluntness before, that level of bluntness before. So she was that type of woman, and I was like, man, I didn't know what to think, but she kind of put it out up front that this is who I am, and you don't like it, hey, you can go, and there's the reason why I shared it. Like I said, I'll get back to it later, but that's who she was. And of course she vetted me, because my boy, her son was like, this is my boy, this my friend. She's like, okay, who are you? Who's your family? What are your intentions, with my son? And that's, I think, that's any parent. It could seem odd at first, but that's any parent. If you really care about your child, that's any parent. But she vetted me. She gave me that look of like, who are you? But as time um, went by, we grew closer. We all grew closer. Um, Her son and I are like brothers, and that's honestly what we became, brothers. She talking to her and just sharing what was going on in the house what I was living in and how I felt about it, and you know, getting her perspective about it helped me to deal with, um, helped me to understand my mom and stepdad's situation, my living situation better, helped me to tolerate it more. Um, but as things kind of came to a close with that, with I guess the next chapter of my life, graduating high school, I didn't want to be in that situation anymore, and her and my brother offered to stay with them, and so turn down the heat here, turn up the heat. So after graduating high school, I moved out. I had the opportunity to move out and move in with Mike and his mom, my second mom, and I've told you guys about the Mr. Nice Guy video and how she was helping us with dating, setting up, I don't, I guess romanticizing the women, getting the flowers and stuff, having us think about those things. But first night I was there, pretty much got kicked out, and I had to learn some things. I had to learn not to be selfish. We were all talking like the first night I was there, and we were like trying to pool money together to get dinner, get groceries, and I decided that I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go to the movies. Very, good move to make. And so when I went to the movies and I got back to the to the apartment, my brother said I couldn't come in. I was kicked out, and I was like, "Why?" Mom said, "You gotta learn how to share, share your money." So that's the first lesson I learned living with my second mom, and just after being let back in and learning that lesson, that consequence of that lesson, I learned you live together with people. You gotta learn how to share. Share. You working, share your resources, share your money. You gotta get groceries. You gotta do things in the house. The house needs. The house has needs, and it helps take care of your needs. We became closer to live with them. My brother and I mean, we got in trouble in high school, skipping classes. I mean, we were very smart, we were very bored, and we kept telling the counselors at school, hey, give me something harder. Give me a harder math class. Give me something different, and the counselors would be, no. I'm like, okay. So we skip school and do stupid stuff, do stuff that skippers do. And we would be like walking in the area, and my brother would be like, I think that's mom. And sure enough, it would be her. We were running high, hoping that she didn't see us. We were running high, from her, and you come to find out later that some days she did see us, and we would be in trouble for that. Times where I even remember we would make weapons. We were into, like I said, the movies and writing, and had a lot of martial arts magazines, and thinking of weapons you can make, that would go along with those martial arts weapons. And I remember high school shop class made some weapons. I made these weapons out of metal out of shop class that had a round pipe. Well, it had the pipe and it had some couplings at the end of them, and a middle piece that slid. And I was kind of just thinking about nunchucks when I made them, and so I brought them. I brought them home. We were trying to break. Me and Mike were explaining how they worked to her, and our obsessions with ninjas. And so she's like, "Let me see them. Let me see them." And so she would like, "Oh, hold it like this," and she would say, "I'm Ninja Mom," and she would like, actually, she would learn how to work the weapons and like hit us, not hit us, but pretend to hit us, and especially my brother, but yeah, pretend to hit us. So moments like that, and of course she confiscated the weapons. It wouldn't have been good if we would have, had those on the street and things like that. But times, good times is that, and even being introduced to, like I said, it was a different type of family. So being introduced to her taste, I've watched musicals. I've seen musicals before I lived with my second mother, but not like musicals that she was watching. And but with her, she'd just be chilling in a room, and me and my brother, going to work or whatever, or I had some free time, and I just, "Mom, what you watching?" And she would be watching, Dorothy Dandridge. I forgot the brother's name, but she'd be watching just the different black musicals with the dancers, and she'd be watching the classic musicals like Stormy Weather, and it's a lot of black musicals, a lot of regular musicals of Bing Crosby, and hearing him sing and the dancing and that, and as well introduced me to West Side Story. And I remember she's watching it, and I heard Maria, and I was just, that song just that scene just cracks me up. It cracks me up every time. Just just that scene in that movie just cracks me up. It just, it's kind of funny, and to me funny, and you kind of get the point of this guy is in La La. He's in serious La La with this girl, and so I'm seeing that, and I'm like, okay, this is funny. And then I get into the story line of it, and she's watching, she's in tune, and I had to watch it a couple times over to really get it and appreciate it. And so yeah, she introduced me to those type of musicals, which I still love this day, because it's a lot of it hit me onto a lot of black singers, black entertainers, a lot of cultural differences. Um, I think I shared in the Mr. Nice Guy how she's a caterer in her interior. She used to have a catering business with her sisters, and interior decorator. Not only could she put out a spread on the table, but she can do up your whole house in theme of that, And so Christmas time, I mean, not only we can have like certain dinners, butter rum cake, and just different recipes would help her to cook. That's how I learned cooking too, just helping her in the kitchen do different recipes that she knew by heart, and some that we learned together, me and my brother, and that was so much fun. But then helping her go out on assignments and decorate. She decorate for people, interior decorate, and do that in the house, in the apartment itself. And it would just be like you're walking into another world. That's how good she was, you know, just with uh, the interior decorating and the catering, the spread. You would be, uh, I could show you pictures that you'd be like, wow, this is really out there. This is deep, you know. So she had that about herself. It wasn't just a thing of uh, me living with them. She took me in as a son. She really put me and her son, my brother Mike, as brothers. You know, and like I said, we getting in trouble, getting in trouble a lot together. So she, you know, holidays we go around to families, mine and theirs. Just yeah, this is my other son. Introduce you to my other son, and we could not go to visiting for the holidays. We could not go bummy. We had to go nice, looking nice. So she taught me a fashion sense. Me and my brother, we'd be looking nice. We'd be at the family outings looking nice. You know, just it wasn't a thing of looking bummy or just whatever. It's just like we're gonna go to another family member's house looking nice, you know, for the holidays. And that's the type of person she was. And she's definitely a negotiator. She was pretty much the negotiator between my mom, me, and my stepdad. I mean, just to kind of help restore those relationships. Second mom kind of was the bridge, you know, in that. And even with my stepfather, just helped me understand some things about him. And she's very discerning. Just she could break down people's character, like it. She could break it down and help you understand where people were coming from, the hurt that they may have, you know, witnessed and things like that that brought them up to that point, and kind of how to deal with that. So she was very good at that, helping you understand kind of like the breakdown of life and its demons. She's instrumental in, like I said, me and my mother's relationship, my biological mother's relationship. They were, you know, she stepped in that role as I mean, seriously, she was my second mother. She got to meet, she got to meet the girlfriend I had before my wife. She got to meet my wife when we were dating, and all the way up to engagement and marriage and son being born. She's part of all that because my biological mom passed before all that happened. So she's part of all that. And try not to make this too long, guys. But and I'll share about this in the next video. But my biological mom, my actual mom, wrote me a letter, and I'll share about that in the next video. That I really couldn't. Some things of it I could understand. Some things I just wasn't getting, and she helped break that down. What was going on with my mom at the time, and like I said, I'll share about that in another video. But and it's kind of happened. It was one girlfriend that I was thinking about getting back together with, and I decided to let my mother know about it, my actual mom, and so I brought her over to the house for Halloween. She met my sister, my youngest sister. She met my stepdad, and my mom, the girlfriend did. And first impressions are everything. So my mom didn't say much. My stepdad was saying a lot. My little sister was she's my youngest sister, so we were just, you know, passing out candy on Halloween. Anyway, my mom didn't say nothing. She said, you know, nice to meet you to the girl. And pretty much that was it. That night was over. Well, of course, the next day, my second mom told me everything. Pretty much don't bring that girl to your don't ever bring that girl over to your house again. Your mom did not like her. And yeah, so she's pretty. Like I said, my second mom was pretty blunt, so she tell me everything my biological mom wouldn't say, and she's also that way about the girlfriend I had before she met my wife. Um, and just some observations about her, and because she was a single mom, the girlfriend I had was a single mom, and there was some interactions when we went to go visit, and my second mother, saw how I handled the situation and commended me on it, but she said, "Don't ever bring that cow to this house again." And literally, that's what she said. She called her cow, and so I learned my lesson from that. But then I had a chance to, after trial and error, meet my next girlfriend, meet my wife, and so introducing my second mom to her, they hit it off and got to know each other, and so my second mom was pretty much a part of that. Just when it was time to decide to get married, there's no other person who can step in as a mother than my second mother. So she had to have that honor, and yeah, she had to have that honor. Um, yeah, but she's, a very intricate part of my life, and if it wasn't for her, um, just a certain tact in knowing people, really looking at understanding my own demons and people and their demons and backgrounds, and how that plays into who they are today. Breaking through the fronts that people put on, and just getting to know them for who they are and seeing them for who they are. She taught me a lot about that. Like I said, the catering, really the design of food and the spread and the etiquette, the silverware, of course, the interior decorating, just really walking into a different world when you're walking into someone's house, and for Christmas, and just helping her with all that stuff, and getting getting threatened along with my brother when we do stupid stuff. Even when we're doing actual stuff she asks us to do, like cleaning up the house, and we get in trouble for that because my brother was the profiler. He was the stylist, and we clean walls, we clean the toilets, we clean the whole house, and we'd be jamming, having our music on, clean the house. But then my brother would make the mistake of, we had this thing. I'd lean against the wall. He posed against the wall. He's got to put his hand on the wall. And after you finish cleaning the wall, that's something you don't do. So she would check behind us, and she's like, good, good. And she was like, Mike, you was leaning on the wall again, huh? And he said, I wasn't leaning on the wall. I see your fingerprints right there. And that'd be evidence that he's leaning. How did you know? How did you know it was me? It could have been my brother. Your brother doesn't pose against the wall like you do. So, just great times, great times like that, and even up to her passing. So that's meeting my second mom. That's like pages about that, kind of in a nutshell. I could share more and go more into detail about things. Maybe I will later, but I wanted to kind of just share it as a whole for Mother's Day about this great woman I met, Joyce. who really, made an impact on my life. So, looking back at it, and the reason I shared the vetting at first, and that this is me, this is who I am, is because I appreciated that. Coming from the environment I was in, there's certain things you learn in your household. There's certain things you learn outside your household. Certain things that could not be the right time for you, and certain things that, depending on your maturity, are the right time for you. Living with, the second mom, I had opportunities to do a lot of things, learn about a lot of things probably faster than I would have being in my original household. Learn about girls, learn how to treat women, learning how women learn how to cook, decorate, keep yourself clean, hygiene, and just all that. A lot of children introduced to things that are very adultish, that will mess with their minds, that will mess them up growing into adulthood, because they were exposed to it too early, or they were exposed to it without understanding it. You can't expect a child, even a teenager, to know things a 30-year-old is just getting through their head. How are you going to put that on them? So that's what I mean by vetting and discernment. Looking back, that's what I think about today, is that, vetting who your family is meeting, and being discerning with what your kids are taking in. So guys, sorry, long video, but I just wanted to share that in honor of Mother's Day, honoring my second mother, Joyce, and just sharing that with you guys, and let me know what you think. As always, if you like the content, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.